Hey everybody, and welcome to the bait shop. It has been a little while. We've been a little quiet. I have not been making bait. We took a break after the fishing show and stuff just started coming up. One thing after another, and I didn't have time. I did get some projects done, which you all have seen. We've got our air vise set up here. We've got our shooting star set up here, and if you can see back here, we've upgraded to dual microwave so we can heat plastic twice as quickly, which is great. And today we are using the shooting star for the very first time, doing remelts. I have never used it, so I'm not quite familiar with how it's going to work as far as just understanding it, you know? So I thought, well, let's start with some remelts. I save all my little plugs and sprues to remelt to make that color again. So we have got some green pumpkin here, and we have got some black and blue. We're going to be doing a laminate black and blue green pumpkin. I have to decide which one I want on top, because I'm not sure which one I want on the top of the bait versus the bottom of the bait. A lot of the baits doesn't matter, but we're doing creature baits today, and on most of the creature baits it matters. So we are going to get that figured out while the plastic is heating and the shooting star is warming up. We've got a little bit of a rigged up system here because the shooting star needs its own circuit to run, and I don't have that wired in yet. I need to get that done. So what I have done is we've got plugs on this side of the room that are on one circuit and plugs on this side of the room that are on one circuit. The plugs on this side of the room have the freezer and the lights and like everything that's, you know, this, power for this. Plugs on that side of the room, the only thing that was on them was the microwaves. So I swapped the microwaves with an extension cord to plug in over here and ran an extension cord that way to plug in to that circuit. So the shooting star is on its own circuit and will run. I've already got my injector over here on the heating stand heating up. So the shooting star has its own circuit, but eventually we're going to run, I think, 3 circuits into this wall on the other side of the microwaves, or underneath the microwaves. We're going to put a workbench in here. And that way I can just run extension cords across the floor, cover them up with tape or with little cord covers, and have one for the shooting star and one for the have like one for the griddle, and then have had another one I needed, but I don't remember. So we are going to get plastic cooking, and I will get back to you all once we are getting stuff going. It's going to be exciting, going to be fun. I'm really, really excited to see how these turn out. I think they're going to be good. All right. That's why I wanted to put in extra brake circuits over here. The microwaves cannot both run at the same time on that circuit, or at least on that power strip. That power strip clicked. So I'm trying to figure out if I can run something to be able to run them both to speed up the cook time, because we're going to be cooking a lot of plastic. But for right now, I've got one going, and we've got the shooting star heating up. Started off at about 68 degrees 3 minutes ago, and it's already up to 126, 133 on one side. I have both sides set to about 310. We'll see how it does, and if I need to turn the heat up a little bit, I'll turn it up a little bit. Getting our air vise in position. We've got no air pressure, which means I need to turn on the air compressor, build up some PSI, and then get my molds out and get them stacked and ready to go. And I'll turn the camera back on when I'm pouring plastic into the shooting star. Here we go. This is it. First run. All right. 4 cups of plastic are in. Okay. And this goes back down. We're going to do this. Tighten these up and click on our stir. Just setting it at a nice slow pace just to keep the plastic moving. There we go. That's it. That was easy. I'm gonna fill this one back up with black and blue so that when this green pumpkin goes in here, I can rotate. And it's actually cooking faster. We upgraded from a 700 watt to a 1000 watt microwave with the new microwave, so it's cooking faster. And yeah, that's good. Let's do it. Tip for your air vise use. Put an extra mold on the air vise when you set it. So you can see I have it set here. These are tightened down pretty good. And I always like to straighten them back out. That's just, you know, me. But this is an extra mold. That way, come on, I can slide it out, and now my air vise is set with a little bit of space, but whoa, when I switch this, I'll have pushed all the molds down, and that will still keep them tight. But that gives me space to take them out for demolding, and right now what I'm going to do is check that they're all facing the right direction. Okay, so I've got them all lined up here, how I want to shoot them, and you want to watch? Watch this. Sweet. Not going anywhere. Perfect. So now when it comes time for me to demold, I'll be able to get access to that real easy, because I'll just shoot that back and I'll have a whole 1.5 inches of space to work with. That's good. We are ready to pour our green pumpkin. This is the bottom color. Alrighty. It's the same thing. We're just going to open it up, dump it in, turn on our stirrer. Dump it in. Put this down. Yep. Tighten down the lid so it doesn't spin. And then set our stirrer right about there. Why is our stirrer not stirring? There we go. Now it is. No scraping. Our levels are good. Stirring our beautiful plastic. Check that out. That is so cool. All right, let's cook down another cup of black and blue. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. All right, we've got about 16 total cups of plastic. We've got 8 in each pot, which is already 4 cups more than we normally do in one setting. We have the capacity to do 24 cups, which is 12 cups more. It's double our normal production. So we're gonna go ahead and run this. I don't have enough, I don't think, to do 24. I think I probably have about 2 more cups of black and blue remelts, and this is probably about 4. So, So 2, not enough to do balance. We're just gonna stop here. We've got an equal amount in the pots, and we're gonna start running plastic. This is exciting. I'm still figuring out angles with the new setup, but here you can see me over here, you can see me here, and then we'll do demolds after the first run. But I guess let's do it. There. Yeah, there we go.
got the rest of that out. I'll throw that back on the heater. So that's a mess I'll deal with, but I don't think I had the injector quite hot enough, and there was a block of it where it had started to seize up back there. But that's okay. That looks really good. I'm super excited to see how these turn out. Obviously we didn't get to the others yet. I'm going to let that heat up for a few seconds. We'll do it again and finish this out. Alright, we're going to release our molds. Actually, yeah, we'll release our molds. The scissors cut off our junk up top. Please, please, please have turned out. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. I don't feel any air bubbles. So there's the green pumpkin. Let's see. How do we do? Ooh, booty. Black and blue to green pumpkin. The laminate's really even too. Those look so cool. Oh my gosh. Awesome. In the water tank. These turn out to, oh, this one did not get a complete shoot, which means the punch bugs probably did not get a complete shoot. They look okay. Let's see. We got a little marbling on one of them, but most of them turned out good. Awesome. That is so cool. Okay. Do our second batch of punch bugs. We got one that's incomplete. Now 2, 3. Yeah, those are no good. There's a couple on there that we can save, but most of those are missing antennas. Now these are a test too, because I've been having trouble with this mold. I think I may have figured out why. But I started having trouble once after I cleaned them, and I think I got the plate swapped. They look good. Black, green pumpkin. A little bit of marbling on some of those, but I don't mind that. And black and blue. That one's bad. That one's good. That one's bad. That one's bad. So we're still having trouble. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm not going to take that as definitive yet because of the other variables going on. Yeah, still marbling. I don't know if I'm shooting. Those actually I think all turned out. If I'm not shooting fast enough, if I've got the temperature a little too hot potentially. Alright, see how our Neds turned out? Well, we got one with a dent. We've got one that's marbled a good bit, but most of them black and blue on one side. You've got some bleed over a flake and everything, but I kind of expect a little bit of that. Alright, I know that this first lizard did not turn out.
Yeah, I know this first lizard I ran out of plastic on. Well, I say that, but there's 4 lizards here with all their appendages and no air bubble. Well, that one's got an air bubble in the head. Those 3 are okay. Black and blue. Oh, that one's missing a tail. Those 2, oh, they're all missing pieces. What am I doing? Oh, I didn't go back off, pop off the Helgramites. Sweet. Black and blue to green pumpkin. Most of what I'm seeing is that the blue flake is bleeding over into the green pumpkin, which I don't entirely hate. I think as I get a little bit used to, that one's got a giant air pocket in its tail. The sad thing is I can't remelt these because they're laminates. I can, not for this color.
Hoagies. And you know what? They turned out. Those bottom two are pretty blended, but the top one's there. Green pumpkin to black and blue. I'll take it. Same on this one. The bottom ones are blended, almost entirely black and blue, but the top two are green pumpkin, black and blue. Really good laminates on those top two. Alright, let's go ahead and run this again. Alright, paddle tails, let's see. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Those turned out great. Look at that laminate line there. Green pumpkin to black and blue. Loving that. See if our second set turned out. Yep. A little bit of rolling on one of them. But I'll take that all day. Round 2 demolding. Imitators. Looks good. Same thing, that blue flake rolls a little bit. That means I need to turn the temperature down on the black and blue. Try that, but they're coming out great. Please turn out. Yeah, buddy. Take a look at those. Now, you're ready for it. Heck yeah. Same thing, a little bit of rolling, but they all turned out. We got all our appendages. I really would love for these to work. These are super popular. I love them. Got Fishing Noob loves them. I think that they all turned out. A little bit of rolling, but I don't think there's any air pockets in the bodies. And the claws are all good. Oh my gosh, we may have figured them out. Please, please, please. Black and blue. Green pumpkin, a little bit of rolling. One of the reasons I did remelts is like, well, let's troubleshoot, let's figure out the problems we're having, and go from there. Alright, lizards. Same thing. Good solid black and blue, a little bit of the roll onto the green pumpkin, but it's okay. Okay, got a little bit of the green pumpkin rolling on here, and a better laminate on the bottom ones this time around. Those are pretty good. Look at that. You got a little bit of rolling here, but you got the green pumpkin, black and blue. Oh.
Not in this color, but I'm going to be using some shrimp next week. We're actually leaving for Florida like 4 days from now. I'm trying to build up a little inventory. Okay, we have a good solid green pumpkin bottom. That is a much better lamination. That's got a little bit of a roll on it, but that's good, that's good. That one's got a little bit of a roll. We're learning, but man, I tell you what, that is a smallmouth killer right there. On a Ned head, or a drop shot. My goodness. So I'm demolding the last batch, and changing the temperature definitely helped. You can see we've got a black and blue and a much better laminate. We don't even really have blue flake rolling over onto the belly. Same thing there. So I'm figuring it out. I know laminates, the amount of pigment, the amount of powder that you add to the plastics can cause one to kind of outbalance the other, and then you offset that by adjusting the temperature. So if one is a little bit thinner than the other one, you want to cool it a little bit and heat the other one up a little bit so that the thinner one doesn't roll. And bringing the black and blue temperature down just a little bit seemed to help. That is the end of the pot though. Like, we shot that really fast. I went to draw up for another run. It was like making all these bubbling sounds. I was like, what? And I looked in there and they're basically empty. We ran 16 cups of plastic in 2.5 or 3 hours, counting cook time. That's pretty good. Normally it would take me about 4-ish hours. I would start around 8 and be done around 12 or 1 o'clock, hanging everything to run 12 cups of plastic. So I'm a little bit blown away with how fast it went. In part, the microwave cooked everything much faster, and it didn't burn it, anything. And then the shooting star, not having to stir, not having to take breaks to make sure that it like scrape the sides and everything, like it's doing all of that on its own, was a game changer. And we only did 16 cups, we could have done 24. So when we go to do a 24 cup batch, I'm thinking that might take us 4 hours, counting cook time, but that would be 24 cups of plastic. So we would be actually doubling our productivity in the same amount of time. So that's pretty crazy. I'm gonna finish demolding, get these in the water bath, and then my wall is blank right now. You can see we expanded it by a panel. I had to take all the hooks down, so I need to put hooks back up and start hanging plastics, and then we'll take a look at them. Everything is hung. I'm really pleased. So we've got it here. You can see we've got some rollover and some marbling, but we're learning. I'm excited about it. We're going to potentially try and run another batch of some color before the next couple days. We'll see if I get to it. But I'm excited. We are back at it, and yeah, we should have more videos coming out regularly again. We had issues where I wasn't making bait, and then my computer had to get sent off to be repaired. I got the computer back for editing. We're making bait again, and we should be having some good videos coming out regularly. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and you're subscribed, and I will catch you all next time.